This series is proudly brought to you by MLMtipsandadvice.com.au, the internet's #1 source on succeeding in MLM, and is hosted by myself, Matt Lloyd. Now in this video I want to talk to you about Amway, the MLM company Amway, and scams, okay, and all the bad publicity. Is Amway a scam, or what's the deal there? I mean, if you go searching for Amway MLM on Google, you'll find some good things, but you're going to find a lot of bad things. People calling it a scam, things like that. So is there any truth to these claims, and should you be paying attention to these if you are in Amway or if you're thinking about joining Amway? Now, about 2 centuries ago, the idea of multi-level marketing was conceived. Gradually, MLM became a common term for people wanting to have their own business, minus spending a fortune and stressing out on paperwork. One of the big names in MLM and direct selling is Amway. Actually, that should probably be one of the biggest names. Chances are, if you know anything, or if you've heard of MLM, you've heard of Amway. For some time now, MLM has been almost synonymous to scam to the wide variety of people. Not everyone, but definitely it's got a lot of bad publicity to the general public. 52-year-old Amway is no exception from this. Often referred to as a pyramid scam, if you go looking for it, the stigma, as expected, continues to alarm people. In fact, the number of searches for pyramid scams, which is 49,500 monthly global searches on Google, is almost 67% more compared to MLM business opportunities. That means more people are searching for pyramid scam than they're searching for MLM business opportunities. Okay, that's quite interesting. Now let's have a look at whether there's any truth to this. So there's been quite a few lawsuits filed against Amway. Okay, 1985, in response to the request of an attorney by the name of Rick Setzer, a former Amway Diamond, that means someone who was doing very well, they'd done quite well, an ADA board member, to receive a copy of the lawsuits filed against Amway and its founders from 1975 to 1985. This is what he said. The request imposes an undue burden in that the number of lawsuits filed against Amway Corporation and/or Richard DeVos and/or J. Van Andel for the past 10 years represents literally thousands of lawsuits, with the file on each lawsuit varying from several pages to entire audience filled with documentation. To entire rooms, filled with documentation. And that's quite a famous little statement. Okay, you can see that everywhere. It's because basically they wanted to find out all of these lawsuits in Amway. They turned around and they said, we can't do that because there's just so many here. Okay, there's so many lawsuits that have been filed against us. The point I'm trying to make is there's plenty of them. And below are just a few of the legal cases that put Amway in the bad light. 1979, FTC investigations said that Amway business practices did not qualify as a pyramid scam. They were, however, guilty of exaggerating the income that their representatives actually earned. Canada filed a case against Amway for tax evasion and customs fraud in 1983, where the latter pleaded guilty. And according to Rich DeVos, one of the co-founders, this may be their greatest moral or spiritual challenge. Amway was accused of objectionable practices in 2007 by the UK DTI on the condition that the company discloses their full earnings and publish it publicly. Among other conditions, the case against Amway was dismissed in 2008. Correcting their mistakes. 2008, searches on pyramid scams spiked and continued to increase in 2009. Although the figures are not dramatic, 2010 to present shows a decrease in numbers. FTC reports say that although there was an increase in the number of complaints concerning fraud between 2008 and 2009, the total consumer fraud loss, or losses, decreased by almost $100 million. Over the years, governments of different countries have been becoming more vigilant towards illegal MLM practices. Amway has also done its part, which is especially evident if you look in their business reference guide. That's in fine print, but at the bottom of the pages, where they're discussing the compensation plan, you're going to read this. the average gross monthly income earned by active IBOs was 115% US. Okay? Sorry about that. That should be $115 US. Approximately 66% of all IBOs of record were found to be active, which is good. Based on an independent survey during 2001, active means an IBO attempted to make a retail sale or presented the global independent comp plan to someone, they received a monthly bonus payment, or they attended an event. Okay, so that's what they classify as active. And gross income simply means the amount received from retail sales minus the cost of goods sold plus the amount of performance bonus retained. There may be significant business expenses, mostly discretionary, that may be greater in relation to income in the first years of operation. Now, while it's possible that Amway still has lots and lots of lawsuits filed against them, the company, truth be told, remains to be one of the top MLMs in the world. But just like any kind of transactions, be sure you've done your research well. Now, if you'd like more free tips and advice on doing well in MLM, or you're just doing your research and you're possibly thinking about getting into the industry, then what you need to do is go to mlmtipsandadvice.com.au right now. You got to go there right now, and you are going to be overwhelmed with just how much free, valuable information there is. And for a limited time only, you're also going to get a free copy of my controversial book, The Hidden Truth. Now, this is basically from 3 years of experience of making every single mistake you can make in MLM, and it's everything I've ever learned about the truth about succeeding in MLM. It's over 40 pages. I have sold it before. I am giving it away right now for free. So if you want to get that book for free, just go to mlmtipsandadvice.com.au. I'll see you real soon.